Here we are once again on this Motivational Monday, and as we talk about Motivational Monday, we're also coming up on 4 months in this shutdown. 4 months since the world came to a stop. And, we're pretty antsy. We're wondering, how long is this going to last? How long is God going to keep us in this state of being at home and, shutting down from the world? We've heard it all said that this thing is meant for our good. There's something that God is trying to do with us. But, even in those moments, we have human moments where we say, okay, God, but how long? But I hear God saying, as long as it takes. And the bus isn't going anywhere. And I'll tell you where that reference comes from. I remember working at a summer camp one year, and we went on a trip to a trail. And there was a kid who, when everybody was ready to leave, everybody was ready to get back on the bus, and we got everybody accounted for except one child. And it took some time for that child to get back to the bus, but the bus driver, the camp counselors, the camp director said, we're not going anywhere until we get this child. We have to bring this child back home with us. And I'm even reminded of the story of the prodigal son, and we talk about how gracious and how happy the father was to have his son back home with him. And when you think about it, I'm sure there could have been easily, options and availability to, pack up and move on from even thinking about that son. He left them, he took all his riches and moved on and went to live his life and splunge all his riches. But, the father didn't give up on him. The father waited. And when he got home, he put his arms around him. He said, go get the finest garments. Let's have a party. Let's have a feast. Our son is home. And I hear God saying he's waiting on somebody to come home. Or he's waiting on somebody to come back to where they need to be. This time was the time to shut down and get us all back where we needed to be. Disconnect us from the world. Disconnect us from all of these distractions and all of these busybody things that we had going on. All of our jobs and our social lives and these events and engagements and functions, even within the church. There were things that God wanted to disconnect us from and get us back to the basics of just loving on Him and getting to know Him, getting in our word, getting to know our family, honoring our fathers and our mothers, getting to know our siblings, loving on each other. And my encouragement to you today is seek God for answers to what is He waiting on me for. But the great thing about it is that God isn't going anywhere. God's not going to pack up this bus and leave without getting you back on the bus. So I want to encourage you, let's get back to the bus so that God can crank it up and we can move forward. But until then, God's not going anywhere because He loves you and He cares about you. So that's my encouragement to y'all today. I love y'all. Have a great day. Have a great week.